Hello, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to Israel Doctrine's Google Hangout. I'm your host, Carl Albert, and you have now entered this Hangout. And this one right here, people, goes to the memory of Dr. Sebi. Rest in peace to the brother. He passed on yesterday, and it's been a lot of talk and conversation out there. So, as I'd like to do, let's get a title, then let's get into the conversation. Dr. Sebi, the five W's and a H, dealing with his death. Now, I like to bring this conversation to the community this way because I think more people need to deal with the who, what, why, when, where, and how, or who, what, when, where, why, and how. The five W's and the H. It's a great tool to use when trying to deal with all the different aspects of a story, right? So, who was involved? It's a good question. So, who was involved in the death of Dr. Sebi is what we're going to talk about now at this point. It was stated that he had been locked up from May the 28th to pretty much yesterday. Where he was housed, where he was housed is one thing, and the consequences is another. Who was involved? The police, right? In Honduras, if I believe, from what I heard on the video, the Honduras police was involved. They had him locked up, right? He couldn't get bail. Or could he get bail? Why couldn't he get bail? Who was it that he reached out to get bail? Questions like these are valid and need to be answered, right? So let's keep asking the questions, because to get the answer, you gotta ask the questions. Somebody in a everyday aspect. Here's a picture right here showing him being detained. Like I said, May the 28th to now, that's a long time, people. And we was uninformed by the major media outlets, the monopoly kings of social media conscious information. We was uninformed by them that Dr. Sebi had been locked up. Now, correct me if I'm wrong once again, but I'm gonna keep saying it because I believe it's so. But correct me if I'm wrong out there, people. KT, the arch degree, is Dr. Sebi's son. Yes, no. Matter of fact, hit me in the chat right now, and we're gonna use collective consciousness right now. For anybody that's listening in, if you know or don't know, please inform me, because I seen some people saying his son, and they put a link up to KT, the arch degree page. So who know if I'm correct or incorrect with that, because I'm not able to talk to the powers that be that would know that information. So anybody out there listening, not biologically, okay, but the red pill, blue pill, and KT most definitely was considered to be a part of his family. I think his son is his son biologically. He look a lot like him. I always said that, but I never wanted to go into that because that's not my business. But now it's got to be asked. It's got to be asked. So I would like to know if I'm correct or incorrect. Please, community, inform me. Hit me up, let me know, because I would like to know. Hopefully, eventually, he'll come out and speak on it more, or the peers will speak on it more about their relationship with the man, you know. So in saying this, did they or did they not know that the man was detained and that he was having issues being detained? If so, what was the secret behind informing the community that he was detained and that issues was going on with his health, and that, you know, a GoFundMe for bail or whatever needed to be put up to get him out of this condition that was critical? You see what I'm saying? All we know as a community is he didn't pass. The circumstances of his passing, seeing that he's been locked up for a month and stuff, is questionable because no one knew he was locked up. There's no Sonetta TV video. There's no Doggy Diamond video. There's no Underground Railroad video. There's no Baba TV video. There's no sign on any of the outlets that these people frequent telling us about Dr. Sebi's being locked up and stuff. So this is something he did, or something the people trying to hide from us and not informing us that he has been detained? Because the question now is, dealing with the who, what, when, where, why, and how, is why was he detained? Now, most of y'all know about Dr. Sebi, even if you don't know about him, because Lisa Left Eye Lopez is like, you know, a big time name in the music industry, was a big time name in the music industry. And this is the gentleman that she went to go see. So when you see her out here in a secluded area, you know, going there to deal with different things, it's stated that he could he had a cure for AIDS, herpes, cancer, and other symptoms and stuff, other diseases and stuff. So, you know, doctor, you know, patient relationships say no one can tell why she went out there. We don't know why she went out there, but she went out there to deal with this guy right before her passing, right? This gentleman, Dr. Sebi. So like I said, whether y'all know him or not, I don't know, but you do know of him. You do know of his work, you know, even if you don't keep up with the conscious community and, you know, the particular individuals and stuff in there. But people, this thing is very questionable. Very questionable, because the man was detained, locked up. For what reasons? Why didn't the community get an opportunity to hear about this? Why didn't they get an opportunity, if need be, to hit the GoFundMe button? Seeing that people want a van now and other stuff, and they come to the public, you know, asking for their own personal needs and to, you know, benefit them personally. This right here was, you know, an elder, now an ancestor, as some like to say, that needed help. And the, like I said, the monopoly platforms out there didn't inform the community. But people, that's kind of like, I would say it's like a takeover moment in the community, right? I keep telling y'all, you got to destroy to rebuild anything, especially two things, you know, just the old additive that two things can't exist in the same place at the same time, you know, and everything fades away and something new fades in. So Dr. Sebi, being an old head, a pioneer in, you know, what people call the conscious community, and dealing with, you know, the health of the people, having cures to certain diseases and stuff, who have been left with the formulas or the plants and stuff, who have been left with the secrets. who hold this billion-dollar company now, right? Because people could say it's a conspiracy, and the major drug companies and stuff had them detained, this, that, and the other. You know, who was in the cell with them? Did anybody get an opportunity to stick him with something or this and that? Because the man was a healthy man, even though he was old. How old? I don't know at this time, but even though he was elderly, you know, and maybe going down, he took care of himself. That he was a fit man. I know a gentleman down here. He walked and picked up cans and stuff, made a good living, just walking and picking up cans to the point where he was like 90 years old. His brain, for his Alzheimer's hit, he was put in a nursing home, but the doctors was like, he got the body of a 20-year-old because he walked so much, and he just, you know, he was born in that era where they was eating proper chickens off the yard bird, off the yard, and doing things of that nature. So I mean, he was 90-some years old. They say he had a body of a 20-year-old, and he was giving them nurses hell up in that nursing home. You know what I'm saying? He was giving them nurses hell up in that nursing home. So you can be an old man and still have your youth about you, right? So what happened to him? How did he get sick? Once again, and if this thing was happening over a period of time and no one knows, and then his condition started worsening, why is it the public did not know? But once again, people, you got to look at, you know, individuals that can benefit from the passing of the good brother, you know what I'm saying, the elder. Because now, like I said, it's a healthcare industry in the Black conscious community that's wide open. People may have still referred to him as the man, the one to go to. But now that he's off the scene, the question is, who will carry on the legacy? Who has the legacy? So on and so forth. So you have to look at an attack like Dr. Ali Muhammad attack on Polite yesterday on social media, Facebook, via his Facebook, as the fight for the position to be, you know what I'm saying, the health nut in the community now. You know, eat this and you'll be all right. Drink this, you'll be all right. You know, you got to see that it's up for grabs now. And I would say preeminent strike like Ali Muhammad's yesterday on Polite was him being in the know and understanding. So once again, who was involved? What happened? Where did it take place? It took place overseas, not on American soil. Once again, where did it take place? When did it take place? Over what period of time did this take place, people? And we was in the dark. Why did it happen? Why was we in the dark? You know what I'm saying? And then you got to ask, how did it happen? So did somebody inject him with something? What took place? How did he all of a sudden become sick? Why weren't we informed? Why didn't the bail money get, you know, get gathered so they can get him out and really take him somewhere and try to deal with whatever it was? You know what I'm saying? Once again, did he have a cellmate? What kind of contact did the people have with him? The opportunity to come in contact with him for a whole month or so was there, seeing that he was in their custody and stuff. This is what Griff was even talking about. They got 72 hours to detain you when he was talking about people detaining him. So after 72 hours in America, I guess, everywhere in the US of A, they let you go. What are the rules and the regulations for detaining a person in that country, in that area, in that locale? You know what I'm saying? These are things that need to be answered, people, but people claim to be real media outlets and sources. And, you know, his death, people wanted to break that, wanted to be the first to talk about that. But why the fuck, excuse my French, because I get mad sometime and I'd like to use profanity when I get mad, or, you know, the thought is that strong. I believe it needs strong lingo behind it, a vocabulary. So why in the fuck wasn't nobody the first to break the information that the man was locked up, that he was detained, that he was getting sick while he was in detention, being detained? Why the fuck y'all didn't break that? Why you didn't tell us that? But everybody want to be the first to talk about his death. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, you know what I'm saying? Niggas that love to rob the graveyard. You say, what do I mean, right? People, once again, let's look at it. Tommy Sotomayor said he ain't gonna do the debate. When was the debate to take place? The 28th of this month. So my question is now, what's gonna take place on the 28th of this month? Seeing that Tommy said, so another like, what we gonna do now? I done already purchased the building, already sold tickets, already did this stuff. What we gonna do now if we ain't got no Tommy Sotomayor debate? Hold something for Dr. Sebi now. Dr. Sebi is dead now. He has passed, right? And now you have the opportunity to fill the building up that you purchased ahead of time. What a coincidence. We don't know nothing about the man being detained or locked up or sick. And all of a sudden he died and you able to fill a building that would have been empty. Or you would have had to create something or do something to fill the building. Now all of a sudden you had the opportunity to fill the building. What the fuck? People. It's a lot of questionable things that's going on in society right now, in our community right now. And you know, you would want to say let's not talk the blood sacrifice shit, but I mean, we in a Illuminati type era and situation now, right? Where those who think they're the illuminators are just like those who came before them. You know, when you watch Sherlock Holmes and you watch Jack the Ripper and shit like that, where Masons and different people in society today bring about events to change the course of time. You know, think tanks, people sitting down and plotting, planning the future, who will be in control, not the individuals, but the family. What type of seats do you create and allow people of your organization, of your covenant to sit in? You know what I'm saying? Legacies. So, you know, very interesting thing when you bring up blood sacrifices too. And, you know, the sacrifice of one for the betterment of the whole. So I ain't trying to go too far into conspiracy shit, but they leave themselves open for questioning like that. Like, Y'all done did some fishy stuff. Y'all supposed to be a news outlet. It's supposed to report on all the major figures in the community and things that's going on. If somebody get detained and locked up, you know, seeing that right now with the starting with the Professor Griff, most definitely that people from the other side, the quote unquote white supremacists, that boogeyman, white supremacist boogeyman, we know he's not a boogeyman in the sense, but I'm just making a little fun of it. The white supremacist boogeyman is out here to get us and to destroy us and kill us and things of that nature with the murders of, you know, black citizens on American soil. Why wouldn't you want to inform people anytime they snatch up one of us and put us in a adverse situation like that? You would want the camera out, say, oh man, they just snatched Carl up off the streets. Well, what did they take Carl? How long has Carl been gone? So and so. You got to ask these things, because in this climate and under this Patriot Act and everything, they can lock you away forever. You're guilty until you proven innocent, not innocent until proven guilty. So, you know, who wouldn't want to report the snatching up and the detention of one of the community figures, one of the community elders? I think that was bogus on all those news outlets that had relationships with that family. You know, I think it was irresponsible on Red Pill, Blue Pill, and KT not to say I need to get this in the public. I need to get this on the social media outlets. And if it was a need for money, once again, I seen a video with Polite, you know, tearing up, saying he's very emotional about the situation. And the question is, could he have helped the situation? See, it becomes a witch's hunt, people, when you put yourself out there as you're a man with money, power, and influence and stuff. You running with the biggest rappers and some of the biggest rappers in the game. You running with sports celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Serena Williams, the game, shit, just all of this. And people look at you as a wealthy person. This is like, let me give you a scenario. I done lived in the North and the South, Arkansas and Illinois, Parkin and Chicago, right? Memorial Day and stuff, we have people come down, folks come down from up north, right? They done rented cars and stuff. They done bought, you know, nice summer gear and everything. They come down, they look good, they seem like they doing good. But in all actuality, they stay in the projects. Yeah, they low income housing, allow you to stack your money and do different things, but you really ain't got a job and you really can't even make it in, you know, public housing. $20 a month for an apartment. You know what I'm saying? Where you don't have to pay light, gas. Well, you got to pay light, but not no gas and water and stuff. You know, so you barely making it with an apartment for $20, but you saving your money just to come down and floss on the people in the South and act like you're doing it big up north, because people in the South is not going to see what it is and how it is you living, right? This is the Polite scenario, and I'm just going to, you know, linger on it for a sec. So when you go up there, though, you like, y'all stay in the projects with pissy stairways, this, that, and the other. Y'all ain't got no grass or nothing like that. Shit, actually, we living better in the South than y'all living up here, where you got gangs and all of this and all this life-threatening stuff and everything. Actually living worse than the people in the South. But you come to the South and you make it look like that. So, you know, eventually Family members think you're doing it. They think it's on and popping with you, that you got a little bankroll. Don't let it say you was working at a so-called car factory or some big factory up there at the time. Then maybe you had a little tenement, you had a little house or whatever, you had a little duplex or something. Oh yeah, you was really balling. Then you was a baller, you know. And the family gonna call in the South, you know. You done left the South, you doing good. They gonna call, they gonna ask for money, they gonna ask for help. You know, somebody get locked up, they gonna call you, they gonna do this, they gonna do that, because you are the one that's doing it when nobody else is not capable of doing anything. This is how stuff is looked upon. So in dealing with that, that's the situation with Polite. The family see you start at the bottom, now you there. Wherever that there is, wherever that is, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, Versace, this and that, he looked like it, he fit the bill, but he really don't have it, people. That's the pretty girl that come outside, you know, hair extensions or whatever, everything looking good, tight clothes, everything looking good. You go in a house and it's like, what the hell? Roaches and this and that and everything else. Just trying to give you a viewpoint on how y'all should really look at Polite and the propaganda that he using and everything. Yes, he end up on the Breakfast Club. Yes, he in the studio with Game. Yes, he in the studio with Puff. I mean, he's running with Run Artest. He's running with a person that has clout in the name, same way he got on the Breakfast Club and stuff. He's politicking and linking himself with people. When I was in Chicago, I was in plenty studios with some of the nicest names in Chicago. The only one I never really got close to was like Kanye, you know, the so-called biggest name out of Chicago when it come to rap and stuff. But outside of that, Ryan Fest, Mickey Halstead, Twan Gab, the brother that was about to beat Eminem. Well, he did beat Eminem in the Rap Olympics. I can't think of his name right now. All of that though, sports people and stuff. I've been around them all. In Chicago, it's a city where stars is made and people are there. So in New York City, how many barrels, how many people, how many stars and stuff come out of there, come back and, you know, circulate through the city. In LA, how many? I mean, that's Hollywood. So you could bump into somebody if you got a close friend that can get you in the dope. You know what I'm saying? I've been around Puffy shit, tote guns for Puffy and the people when I was with the security, because that's how I got in the circle at the time. You know, I met Prince and stuff. This shit is nothing, you know, it's photo ops. Shaka Khan, Larry Graham, and it's photo ops. So it's nothing big to me to see a nigga with a superstar and take a photo op. But to your average people out there, if you spin it propaganda-wise, it look like that. So let's go back to how this ties into the Sebi thing. If Sebi was locked up and he needed bail, why can't you call up Brother Polite, who done made money with Sebi, did stuff with Sebi and sharing tears right now? You know, so in all actuality, he had the money to help, or he don't got the money. He just faking it till he make it, you know. So people, it's a lot of stuff to deal with. It's a lot to talk about. And I know those over there on that side, they don't want to hear nobody talking about it or asking the questions and putting it out there, because you know what it do? It forced them to talk about it. It forced their hands, because anybody that listened to this conversation say, oh yeah, those some good ass questions. I wonder if they gonna answer them. So next time they get on air and the chat there, they gonna start asking questions in the chat, and niggas don't like questions. Why do I say niggas don't like questions? Cause fake ass niggas don't like questions. That's just it. Why you say that? Because I want to say that, because it's so very true. It's called kicking the facts right now. When you ask fake people direct questions and they have to give you an answer, most of the time they lie to you. They making up shit. They got to keep their persona and illusion up. So when you ask these questions, it put them on the spot, and they want to avoid the questions. So they don't want nobody putting their names in titles. They don't want nobody asking questions and causing other people to ask questions, because they don't want to be, they don't want their shit on the surface. They don't want it to be able to be looked at and judged. To put it simply, they don't like the light. They like darkness. They like to move in darkness. They don't want you putting light on it. They don't want you to put light on it. And that's what we as a community got to do. We got to put light on these situations when they come up. Like I said, if they would have put light on Sebi being locked up, as long as he was locked up and detained, we don't know, right? Somebody could be lying that he was locked up for a month. Somebody, he could have been detained and locked up. What was the date? The 6th. On the 5th. Nobody knows. But if he had been detained and locked up longer than that, that's a plausible question. It needs to be asked. Why the fuck you didn't tell us? Why we didn't know? Somebody been detained, locked up, ill, you know, sick and shit. Y'all ain't telling nobody. Shit, you supposed to be like, man, they trying to kill him. If nothing else, shit, let him go because he's sick. He need to go to the doctor. Was it an opportunity to post bail? All of these things got to be asked, people. Just like the ability to fill in August the 28th day now. Y'all know that I was saying, and that's why it makes me ask the question, because that's the thing. I'm on shit before it happens, right? I was there 2 months ago when Tommy said, well, if they don't hit this certain date, he pulling out this, that, and everything else, right? So I was in the know. And so when he said he pulling out on the 2nd, I put up the old video on the 1st, telling people watch the ticket sale and everything. Don't let the 27th, 12 o'clock, 12:01 catch you. It's non-refundable. So he come out, said polite, asked him to give him a couple weeks. You know, wait till they tell it. This, that, and the other. I thought that was some conspiracy shit there. That was some out of the way stuff. So it only leaves me to ask the questions that I ask. But I only ask these questions because I keep my hand on the pulse of the community. You know what I'm saying? I keep my hand on the pulse of the community. So when things going on and I don't know about it because I'm watching these outlets and subscribe to them, and then they come out and tell me something like this, a man is dead after being detained for a month or so, and y'all didn't tell us he was detained and that he was sick. That's like, what's the brother up in Philly? I can't say his name. Certain names I can't say. But that's locked up, ex-Black Panther, they locked him up and stuff. I can't say his name. I wish I could say his name. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Do the broadcast and stuff from prison. I can't say his name. That's the problem with me with my tongue. I can't say certain words. And I feel like I ass when I try to do them. You know what I'm saying? But that's like when he got sick, when they got him detained and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Man, you got to tell the people. What his last name is Jamal. I know. Shit. Let me see. Let me type him up. Can't say his name. I can't say his name, people. Let me see. Maybe I can find a video with his name. I know y'all know his name. Type it in the thing, y'all. I can't see it. I can't see it. Ah. Oh, I got a picture of it. Let me see. I want to make it. Let me see which picture should I grab. Oh, we're gonna use this one. Yeah. I can't say his name though. Abu Jamal. What's the first name? I my I can't do it, y'all. And after I haven't heard the pronunciation of it in a minute, then you know, my brain don't work like that. I'm a certain type of person. I gotta file the information away a certain way. But anyway, that's like when he got sick and stuff, and he said food poison. They was trying to poison him and everything. You know what I'm saying? You have to, man. You have to be on that stuff, man. People have to watch these people, man. It's like the nursing home and stuff, man. You gotta go in there. They could be killing your people up in there. They could be just shooting them up with drugs to keep them sedated, so they can watch over them. Just go in there and change their underwear. You know what I'm saying? They depends or whatever. But they don't want to hear them talking. They don't want to hear them, you know, depending on how active an elderly person is when they still going there. If they're a certain type of person, like I said, this gentleman that was 90 still knocking the nurses out because they don't know who they are, you know, and they couldn't physically handle them like that. So you keep people like that sedated. Now they sitting around drugged up and stuff. So you don't know what they do in prisons or in jail cells or when they detain people. So when they do it, you got to alert the people. Free them. Unless it's a problem and you like, nah, we don't want to let people know that so-and-so been detained. And because then it comes to, once again, asking the question, why was he detained? See, all of this stuff is in the dark now. So people, you know, will I report or talk about this anymore? Depending on what comes out or whatever. Because my questions is out there and I'm looking for the answers. So I'm listening to the people that talk real good. I'll be watching whatever happened on the 28th. Who all there, you know what I'm saying, and this and that. You know, it goes back to even like the Puffy thing, the York thing and all of that. You know, to say Puff was under distortion and people was trying to kill Puff and all of that stuff, you know, goes to the Cash Money Records and different stuff. Don't you know that people that, you know, like Lil Wayne, baby mama, brother just got shot or whatever. But anyway, this type of shit that happens in Hollywood and different stuff, right? So, you know, you go back to the blood sacrifice thing. You go back to right before people catch so a certain level of fame and stuff, how shit happened to people and their family and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it becomes questionable, people. Very, very questionable. So the thing is, never leave yourself out there to be questioned on certain shit. If you keep everything you do transparent, visible, you don't put shit in the closet, but you put it out on display, then no one can really question you. And some people gonna say you're a damn fool for letting out certain stuff and information, but that's the way you protect yourself in a society that wants to probe in the dark and things of that nature. Yeah, your mother picture might get put up, your family might get talked about if they mess around and see pictures and different stuff, but you got to be transparent, people. You got to be transparent. Your wife might get put up, you know, especially if she ain't a African American woman and stuff. You know, whatever way people can attack you, they will attack you. But it's kind of like the Pac thing. You tell the people your weakness, and then you overcome them. So when people go there and talk about, you know, your past or your weakness when you was once weak, you fortified your position now. But you know, it's the art of war. People ain't learning. Most people not a fan of Pac like myself, so they don't understand this whole Illuminati lifestyle, the false illumination that people is getting, and what we should do for us eliminating it in the community and stuff. Sometimes it ain't just false illumination, it's keeping information from you, as you know, I'm hitting on and talking about when it comes to this situation. This picture is out there now. This picture should have been out there. This might not even be the picture. This might be another time he was detained. This might not even be this detained, but this picture is out there now. How do we collaborate that? Well, the people that knew the man, close to the man, that's weeping for him now, had an opportunity to speak up and try to do something to prevent this happening in this manner. This happening in this manner. But they didn't. So, you know, one thing about it, when you live to be as old as he lived and to have your health as long as he did, it's a beautiful thing, people. Because it's people 50, 45, 50 and stuff now just getting cancer and stuff, dying, this, that, and the other, breast removed. Males too, you know, males too. Look at Boosie and Torn Gabs, you know, from Chicago. You know, had breast cancer. Well, at least I know Torn Gabs did. He a local Chicago rapper. His wife is a radio personality. If you don't know him, you know, cool. But it is what it is, people. So, like I said, you got to look who's trying to take his position now and rise in the health, in the Black conscious health community. You know what I'm saying? Who's taking his ideas and stuff and trying to patent them or whatever. You know, not patent them because most people don't like doing that stuff, getting copyrights and stuff. You know, it tends to end up backfiring on them if they do so. But people, just watch the rise of the health community. Let me say this too, Jabbing Bullets. I see you tried to jump on the story. Ready for R is not Ali Muhammad's thing. I don't believe that. That's I forget the brother. His name is Ready for R. So yes, he got some video where he got polite on there and doing things like that. But Ready for R is not Ali's Muhammad thing. So you did some bad reporting there. I forget the brother name that it's over there, but he's a very slim dude and he's a vegan and everything. He's not hard to find or catch up with if you really look. He was running around with Divine Prospect for a while. Ready for RTV is his channel, and if you go on there, you'll see him. He's a very tall, slim type fellow. So at the end of the day, that is not Ali Muhammad's outfit, and you know, in saying that you messed up in your reporting. So with that said, people, I think I done spent enough time on this subject. I think enough questions and enough thoughts are out there, my thoughts, my perspective on it. Let me say this, because I had to talk to Griff about speaking my opinions or state my perspective on what it is that was going on with him at the time. So truly, I have to say this. I don't give a fuck about how people perceive my perspective. My perspective is my perspective. Respect it. You know what I'm saying? Respect it. If you don't respect it, then we're going to talk about it and we're going to have our little dialogue about it. So, just respect it. Answer the questions. Deal with the information. If it makes you look bad, it's because, once again, you're not transparent, and it's giving you an opportunity to be that now. Bring your ass out the dark, talk about the stuff, because you're gonna do it anyway. Remember, the 28th is the switcheroo. Turn me out, Dr. Sebi memorial, whatever, take place. So a lot of people gonna want to go up there and talk, be seen, heard, and everything. But once again, it's a certain power that has the authority over that, seeing what his money paid for the location and stuff. So once again, like I said, the economics of this shit. Will it be a free event? Will it be a costly event? Most people that already paid for it, so it won't even be free. People, I'm gonna get the hell off this thing, because I be having too many questions, y'all. It's too many questions and not enough answers. You know what I'm saying? So let me get up out of here before I start asking, 101 more questions and stuff. We be here all day. So I'm gonna say peace, y'all. But think about it, y'all. Don't let nobody pull the wool over your eyes. Think about it. Ask the questions. Who, what, when, where. Hold up, because I always get it wrong. So we got to deal with it. Who, what, why, when, and where. Then you come through with the 1H how. Ask questions. That right there, it helps a lot, people, when trying to do your journalism or anything. Ask the questions in that manner, and you'll cover damn near every aspect of the subject matter, the title, or whatever. So whatever I left out, go to work. Who, what, why, when, where, and how. Peace.